This is our conference room. It's fine, it's functional, but let's be honest, it's where creativity goes to die. So I'm going to fix that. We're turning this into a podcast studio because clearly the world doesn't have enough podcasts. In my pursuit of becoming a fashion influencer and a mommy blogger, I'm hopeful that, honestly, this will just get me a ton of brand deals. The name of the podcast is Makers and Misfits. And I want to talk to people who are makers, and I want to talk to people who are misfits. There's a couple of reasons of why I want to do this. Number one is the art of the interview. I'm obsessed with interviews. And as a documentary filmmaker, I've spent years crafting stories through conversation. And a great interview, it's an art form in itself. And I feel like there is no better way to get better than that than to interview people more. This is something I've fallen in love with, and one of the ways to get better is to keep practicing. The second reason I want to start this is for research and development. I want to know how artists and business owners think, because every time I run into a business owner and ask them questions, I learn from them. The better I run my business when I talk to a business owner. Every time I hang out with other creatives, I learn something new about their process or what makes them think the way that they do. The number 3 reason that I want to do this is, quite frankly, I need to feed the content monster. The algorithm is hungry, and the evil lords of the algorithm demand our allegiance. And rather than burning myself out with random posts, I figured a podcast is a sustainable and enjoyable way to create content, share ideas, and a bonus, promote my business. It's a shameless plug. The number 4 reason is a little bit different, but I think it would be a great lead generator without those awkward cold calls. Asking someone to be on a podcast, for me at least, is way easier than a cold call hitting them up with like, hey, do you want to talk about your marketing, or are you happy with your agency? Nobody wants that. But a podcast conversation, that's a door opener. I'm not a huge fan of cold calling. And I really think that good work requires trust, and a good relationship is the key to making that good work. And so I feel like in a podcast situation, it's a really great way to get to know somebody. They get to know me, I get to know them, and we might learn something from each other. To be honest with you, I've had a blast decorating and building out the space. This is a Fisher-Price globe from when I was a kid. I now have a place for my camera collection. This is an old movie light that I turned into a lamp. This is my dad's old business card from his photography business in the 70s. This is a skateboard from the skateboard company I started in the 90s. This is my whiskey cabinet that I built out of an old road case. This is my uncle in the 1920s in downtown Rockford, dressed in drag. My grandpa used to say that it was Halloween, but when you look at the picture, no one else is in costume. So over the next few weeks, we're going to be turning this space into something that looks a little less like a hostage negotiation space. And then we launch, because clearly the world needs another podcast. If you want to stay in the loop and be notified when we launch the podcast, be sure to sign up for our email list below. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. The first episode of the Makers and Misfits podcast is actually with my wife, Sarah. So be sure to get updates via our email list, which is in the link below. It's going to be a really great episode.